Story time. So back when I had only been driving for like a month-ish. Yeah, I think it was about a month. I was subbing on a bus for about 3 weeks. And this bus was a middle high school route, but it didn't have shuttle work and it didn't have can't really do that without taking up both lanes. Crap. Let me finger roll back. But that bus I was subbing on did not do shuttle work and did not have an elementary run after. It was solely, you did one middle high school route and then went back to the yard. It was kind of strange. So I was subbing on this bus. Well, I come back in one day, everything's normal, and I get back to the yard well before most of the other drivers for that reason. So I walk in the dispatcher's office and we're just chatting, you know. And anyway, I turn to leave, and as soon as I do, the phone rings. And then the phone rings again. And then the phone rings again. And it's parents of elementary children, and they're calling in saying, hey, you know, it's been 20 minutes past the pickup time, my child hasn't been picked up yet, you know, is there any information on the bus, what's going on? And these calls kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. Well, she pinpointed that every single parent calling, it was the same bus involved. That's usually a problem. So she tried to radio that driver, no answer. She tried to call that driver, no answer. So long story short, that driver actually had a medical situation, and they're okay, but they had a medical situation that rendered them unable to get on the bus or even get up and answer the phone. So the medics had to go out to that house, but the driver's okay. But on my end of it, I was just about to leave when this all started falling apart. So our dispatcher starts rerouting buses like crazy, trying to get those kids picked up from that route, and talking to the parents. And she looks at me and she says, do you have anywhere you need to be? And I said, no. What you got? She says, can you drive to the furthest away town in our county? It's a 20-minute drive one way through the middle of nowhere just to get to it. I mean, it's way on out there. She said, there's some elementary kids off of that route that are over there. Can you go get them? And I said, yeah, I got you. So I went back out to the yard, cranked up the bus I had been subbing on. I figured I'd just use that. And she texted me the addresses. I punched them in maps on my phone and put my phone, I don't think it was there because I didn't have a thingy. I think it was in that cup holder. But anyway, so I go out there. Well, you know, the road going out to this town, I say to the town, it goes through the town and carries on across the state. But there's some geese. This road is a 4-lane highway with a grass median. Actually, it's this exact road just on the other side of town. It's 4 lanes with a grass median down it, or a dual carriageway, or whatever you want to call it. So I get over there and it says speed limit 65. Well, the bus tops out at 68. I figured that's close enough for this kind of situation. So I just put my foot down. And so 68 miles an hour, here we go. So I get way out to this town, and these kids lived on some little tiny dirt roads. I mean, the dirt road wasn't much wider than this lane I'm in right here. Trees, mailboxes. So I get the kids I need, and I gotta go back. Well, I was going to go down to the end of the dirt road and just come out to the pavement that way, but it had just stormed the night before. So right where this car is in front of me, there's about a spot a little wider than that in this road of scattered standing water and mud. And I could tell by the dirt that had been on the road and the way it was slinging mud. I was leaving tracks just on the normal road. With that amount of standing water, I was like, I'm not confident that if I go in that I can come back out. And that would have created a whole different mess. So what I ended up doing that day was actually reversing into somebody's driveway, because it was on this little narrow dirt road. It was like mobile homes way off by the trees. Oh my God. Blinker, please. Holy cow. There were mobile homes like off by the trees, and their mailboxes right here. And it was just like a grass driveway. But the thing where the drain pipe is in the ditch, and where they have the grass over it so you can cross the ditch on the dirt road, that was only literally barely as wide as the back axle of this bus, and there was a mailbox right next to it. And this road was only slightly wider than
48, the Eddie bus coming south on 41. They've had a bad thing.
That road was only barely wider than this lane I'm driving in right here. How I managed to back in that driveway and turn around without falling in the ditch and without tail swinging the mailbox, I will never know. But somehow I did. Turn around, came back out of the pavement, and then 68 miles an hour, choom, here we go. Somehow through all that, I managed to get those kids to school, and they were only about, I think, 55 minutes late. Which I thought it was going to be much worse. So yeah, this was back in December. But yeah, there's a little story for you.